Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia and this is the Frontline Changes Report for the day of 888. Yeah, yes, it's 888, for the 30th of July. And so there's quite a number of frontline change. Some mostly still very no pro-Russian in a way. So there is a frontline change over at Voschansk, Zosneve. This is actually a district of Chasivia, Druzhba, Podyeda, north of Paraskovievka, Vodian in the Donetsk front, Mikirske in the north of Mikirske, Uruzane, and Robotine. So we're going to go into the Kharkiv front over in the Battle of Voschansk on the eastern outskirts. There is a geolocation of Ukrainians getting airstrike. The fact that they are airstrike in this location by the Russian forces means that the Ukrainian forces actually have taken this entire forest region. So that is actually more important to us than the airstrike itself. So Ukrainian forces have a more advanced position. But given this means there's a high chance that the Ukrainians actually have this entire area as well. This might actually be under Ukrainian control. But that will be just speculations, so no, I'm not going to do that, but likely that's going to be the case. So that's the frontline check over at Voschansk. Is my mic soft? Looks soft. Wait. Yeah, I think it should be better now. There's some evil forces. No, might be the CIA. Yeah, adjusted the mic. No, without me knowing. 888. Okay, anyway, we go into all the way to the Bakhmut front. Over at the Chasivia region at this district of Zobnevi or Zobneve, Russian forces have been geolocated on the other side of the canal, attacking one of the trench lines. So a small change may not be very significant yet. So you can see this terrain here is really difficult to fight in. A lot of forests, a lot of trenches, buildings. Yeah, this is why I'm not very in favor of Russian forces attacking in this direction. If you think that in a more strategic sense where you want Russia to win, but if you're Ukrainian, you would definitely want the Russians to enter because this is a death trap. But it is what it is. So that's the frontline change over at Sosneve. The next frontline change is over at Druzhba. So we jump to the New York front. Said at the Druzhba there is a Russian mapping claiming one more street over in the Druzhba region, just a very small street. So that's about it over at Druzhba. The next frontline change, we jumped all the way to Donetsk front. There is no updates at the FK front, so be prepared for some massive information drop. I got a feeling, because for too many days there's no updates. The next drop is going to be shocking. So we go into Boyeda region. So in the Boyeda region, south of Boyeda, previously we have already these updates around here. Russian forces have expanded their control a little bit with an attack on the other tree line. They have also, based on Russian claims, they have taken the next tree line just south of the geolocated position, as well as everything in the southeast of that position, lining up with the previous Russian claims. So the Ukrainian salient over here is gone. But of course, this is all based on Russian claims other than the geolocation. So this is not guaranteed that this is happening. Ukrainian side have not acknowledged this, but whatever it is, this is a signal of Russians' offensive operation south of Boyeda. This operation going south from Boyeda is pretty new, so probably 2-3 days old. So we shall see how far the Russians can push. According to the some of this information, the previous geolocation, there was already a Leopard tank getting destroyed. So the Ukrainians are actually conducting operations to hold back the Russians. So anyway, that's after Boyeda and the north of Poroskovievka. The next is over at Vodian. So over in this Vodian region, so I should zoom out a bit. So the previous Russian suicide charge, the part, as I mentioned before, most likely the Russians are not there, is now invalidated by Russian mapping. So Russian mapping have not acknowledged capture of grounds all the way to that point. So they have went back to around this area here. So is still more forward than the old line. Is a bit more forward, and there is some updates in terms of the front line. East of Vodian, the Russians have taken supposedly the Russians claim two more major tree lines along down the main tree line towards the highway. Of course, the Ukrainians have retaken this area here. Russians have taken some position north of Mikhailsk. So in general, the Russians are still making advances, and we are looking at more and more vectors of attack. So we already have one vector of attack coming here, getting very close, less than 2 kilometers. This one is now pushing upwards. This is coming. This is already pretty up front. This area is already proven once that the Russians could potentially push forward quickly, and then there is this securing of the northern front lines of Mikhailsk. So the entire situation here is as such. So the next front line change after Mikhailsk and the Vodian region is over at Uruzaine. So over on the eastern part of Uruzaine, Russian forces geolocated along the tree line, confirming the capture of this entire tree line over in the eastern part of Vodian, as the Russians starting to push north from the Vodian region after a pretty long pause. So I'm not sure if this Russian offensive will continue, but this is the frontline change around here. And the next frontline change is over at Robotine. So as mentioned in previous frontline changes, I said that the Russian forces likely will close up this gap. So based on Ukrainian mapping, they have acknowledged that the Ukrainians have lost the entire major trench line around here. Russian forces have taken over the major trench line, which signifies that the Ukrainians may have already withdrawn from this area here. So the next capture is going to be pretty quick. I don't think the Ukrainians will stay here due to confirmed Russian positions over at these two locations. There is no reason to believe the Ukrainians will stay here and die. So we are going to see the eventual straightening of the front line by the Russian forces very, 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 very soon. So that's it. So I think I watched too much of Hikaru, the world's second best chess player from the United States. Yeah, he speak. I watch too much of the way he speaks, so end up I speak a bit like him. So anyway, thank you for watching. Do press the like button, subscribe, and I'm still pondering if I should do a sit rep because crazy shit had happened all around the world. So I will think, how do I manage my content, and I'll see you guys in the next update.